They think they know my reason. Every time I say I am marrying a woman from another country, the reactions are almost the same. The quick smile, the sly look, the unspoken thought in their eyes. They believe they have already solved the mystery. It must be her beauty. Maybe I wanted something different. A taste of the foreign, something to show off. Or perhaps the story they love the most. I am after a passport. They could not be further from the truth. This choice is not about chasing fantasies. It is not about showing the world a trophy. It has nothing to do with documents or status. The truth is simpler but harder for them to accept. I grew up in a world where love did not mean what it should. I saw love traded like goods in a market, names exchanged like currency, families weighing worth in gold, in reputation, in influence. I watched as people were measured. A kind heart was not enough. A good soul was invisible if your last name carried no weight. I saw weddings where the smiles were practiced, receptions where the couples barely spoke, except for appearances, promises whispered, not for love but for reputation. Love felt like a negotiation, a contract sealed with handshakes, a business deal disguised in flowers and music, and slowly I believed that was all love could be. Then she came, from far away, from a world where my family name meant nothing at all, where no one pretended to like me for what I could provide, where no one cared about my connection. She looked at me, not at the weight I carried, but at who I was when the world was quiet. She never asked what I earned. She never wondered what my family owned. She never weighed me against a list. She only cared, how do I treat people? How do I speak when no one is watching? Can I make her smile when life feels heavy? That is why I am marrying her. Because with her, I am not someone's son, not someone's opportunity, not a name on a family tree. I am just myself, and for her, that is enough. The moment I knew was not written in romance novels. It did not happen at sunset. It was not under fireworks. It was not during some beautiful trip. It was on a grey, rainy afternoon. One of those weeks where the weight of life piles up. Work pressure, bad news, the walls closing in. I sat there, silent, tired. She noticed without me saying a word. She did not ask questions, just to tick a box. She did not throw phrases that sound nice but mean nothing. She did not try to force words out of me. Instead, she brought me a cup of tea. She sat beside me quietly, no pressure, no demands. And it was not an awkward silence, it was the kind of silence that made breathing easier. After a while, she whispered, "You don't have to talk right now, just be here." And in that moment, I realized in a world where everyone is quick to take, quick to demand, she was the first person to give me space without making me feel alone. That was the moment, the one I carry in my heart, the one that told me this is a lifetime. Since then, every small thing she does feels different. The way she listens without interruption, the way her laughter brings light into the room, the way she points out small details I never noticed, like how the street outside our window looks softer when it rains. It was never about her being foreign, it was about her being genuine, coming from a place where love is not a deal, where respect is the foundation, where trust grows slowly, like roots beneath the soil. And I knew then I was done looking, I had found it. When my family found out, the reaction was not stubble. At first, the raised eyebrows, then the whispers, then full conversations behind closed doors. I could feel it in the air when I walked into a room. Words became lighter, but their eyes grew heavier. Questions came, but not from curiosity. Where is she from? What does her family do? Will she fit into our ways? I knew these questions. They were not about knowing her, they were about measuring her against invisible standards. One evening, I overheard words not meant for me. She will not understand our ways. What if she is here only for comfort? He is giving up so many options. It hit me hard because they did not see her. They did not know about the rainy afternoon. They did not know about the safe silence. They did not know how she made me feel. Seen without me proving my worth. When I told her of their doubts, she did not get angry. She did not cry. She did not make it about herself. She simply said, "They have the right to be protective of you, let them. I will show them who I am, not tell them." Most people would have walked away, but she stayed, not to fight for approval, not to beg for acceptance, but simply to remain herself. That's when I respected her even more, because if she could face coldness without resistment, she could face only anything in life. Still, the days after were heavy. Conversations at dinner grew shorter. Relatives called more often, their advice disguised as warnings. Marriage is not only about love. Sometimes you must choose with your head, not your heart. But what they called wisdom, I saw as fear. The same fear that built the loveless marriages I had grown up watching. I knew then I had to stand my ground. I was not only choosing her, I was choosing a life without conditions, a love without price tags, a world where I did not have to earn love by being useful. The first family meeting came. It was supposed to be casual, just dinner, but I could feel the weight before we even entered. The table was perfectly arranged, the living room spotless. This was no dinner, this was an evaluation. She walked in calm and steady. No heavy makeup, no overdone outfit, just her natural self. That alone surprised them. They expected someone trying too hard. Instead, she greeted them warmly, with quiet respect. At first, the questions were light. How was your trip? What food do you like? But slowly they sharpened. Will you stay here permanently? What about your job back home? How will you handle the culture difference? I was ready to defend her, but she did not need me to. She answered each question slowly, without letting the tone cut her. When asked if she would give up her country, she smiled gently. I am not giving anything up. I am building something new with him. When they hinted about whether she could fit in, she replied, love does not need me to change who I am. It needs me to understand, and that is what we'll do. The room fell quiet, not the friendly kind of quiet, the kind where people realize they have no more reason to push. Even the children sensed it. My little niece walked over, handed her a toy, and whispered something that made her laugh. That small moment spoke louder than all the questions because children see what adults hide. They sense who is genuine. By the end of the night, my father was not convinced. He did not say much. He only observed. But his eyes had changed. No longer suspicion, no curiosity. And that was enough for me. I know more storms are coming, but storms do not frighten me anymore. Because when she holds my hand, head high, steady, I know we are ready. This is not about leaving my people. It is not about rejecting tradition. It is not about betraying my roots. It is about breaking the pattern. It is about refusing the loveless contracts. It is about choosing a love that asks for nothing, yet gives everything. That is why I am marrying her. Because in a world full of masks, she is the first person who lets me be myself and still chooses me. And that is enough.